Let's talk about frogs, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Actually, no, let's just talk about frogs. So I've been quite the collector of froggish items, shall we say, over the past few years or so. And if you're as cool as me, you probably come across this thing called Windy Willow's bags. Do I have £100 to spend on a really cool bag like this? No, it would be riveting, but unfortunately not. Fortunately though, I am quite the creative crafts person, and so coming across this Halloween decoration of mine, we're gonna give it a little amphibian ambition. We're gonna turn him into a bag.
So before I could commit any frog-based crimes, I spiritually cleansed myself with a trip to Pets at Home. I went in for just a look, but came out emotionally entangled with a guinea pig, having what I can only describe as an Eleanor's shell-strop realization. He stared into the void, I stared back, it was a moment. Then I walked into Hobbycraft, grabbed some blue and green phosphorescent, or in other words, glow-in-the-dark paint. I snagged some D-rings, aka the unsung heroes of DIY fashion.
So I've been looking around for glow-in-the-dark paint, and I found these ones for £6.50, bringing everything to a total of £16. Yeah, £16, which is within my budget. Then I found a spray can for only £5, and it's glow in the dark as well. I'm contemplating, do I get both, go £5 over my budget and see which one is most effective, or do I just get two colors of one method? I don't know.
After pondering, get it? Pondering? Anyway, I realized A, it was more expensive than my rent in Neopets, and B, deep down I knew it would glow in the dark as much as a Tumblr dashboard at 4 AM. Back home, I threw on my apron like I was possessed by the spirit of Martha Stewart, who is actually alive and it defeats the laws of nature and physics, but remember guys, she can make anything. I took my Halloween frog prop and started layering on white primer because it's a nice day for a white webbing. I'm sorry guys, I literally couldn't bring myself to tell that joke any other way. Once the primer dried, it was time for the luminescent metamorphosis. I painted on layers of green and blue glow-in-the-dark paint. This also needed a couple of coats as well.
Day 2. Okay, so I did about 4 or 5 coats on this guy. It took forever to dry, but we're here now. So what we have to do is we just have to dissect the back and put a fabric bag inside, meaning I've got to attach the zip to the fabric first and then to this guy. I'm going to do that with hand stitching because I just don't think my sewing machine is going to survive that kind of thing. After everything, we just attach the D-rings, the strap-ons, and then we're done.
You're going to make Mummy look fabulous, darling.
So today I sew the guts of the beast. Cut 2 semicircles of fabric, small enough to fit into his tummy, but large enough to hold the essential stuff like phone, keys, abandonment issues, wallet. I added a zipper to make it functional. Also, I tried matching the color of the frog to add to the illusion. Then came the moment I had to open him up, but not before I kissed my boy goodbye. I made the incision like a surgeon, then removing his stuffing, which was, I'm gonna say it, way more than I expected, like spatially confusing levels of stuffing. It was like this frog was created by Time Lords themselves. I left a little sponge stuffing in his head for the vibes, then stitched the pouch into place. Again, I must stress, this is hand sewn because my sewing machine looked at him and said, not my circus, not my frog. And just when I thought things were going swimmingly, I forgot I had to add the fabric loops for the D-rings in between the stitching of the pouch and the frog. Classic me. So I had to open him up again like I was doing frog necromancy, stitch the straps on, and then pretend like it was all part of my plan. To mask the chaos, I grabbed some blue ribbon and my beloved glue gun, aka Excalibur for burnt-fingered crafters everywhere, and trimmed everything out so it looked like it was intentional. Clean lines, maximum deception. Finally, I assembled the straps, hooked them onto the D-rings, and then took my glowing frog son to the park for his final debut. He glowed like a Studio Ghibli forest spirit. We met some turtle friends, and I honestly think I'm in love with him. Anyway, 10 out of 10 cursed craft experience. I would stitch another emotionally unstable frog bag again. Remember to ribbit responsibly, kids. Oh, and don't ribbit like Chad Michael Murray did in A Cinderella Story. Chad, that is not how you spell ribbit. You want to become a writer? Maybe the first step in convincing your dad is to fix your poor grammar.
So, just to round things off, I really love this project. I actually think it's one of my favorite things that I've made yet. And yeah, I had a lot of fun. Things I would improve on, I would definitely neaten up the zip area a lot better than I did. I think hot gluing ribbon on top, it is done sometimes with bags, but I just think it's a cheap and non-durable way of doing it. So I think I'd love to figure out how to do that a bit better. If anybody has any recommendations or any tips, feel free to leave a comment. I would love to see your advice. Another thing I might do better next time is to make the strap myself. I just think it would be a lot better of a project because it would feel a lot more like I did the whole thing myself rather than just buying the strap and just attaching it like I did. Also, it would have made for a better tutorial for you guys instead of me just saying, you know, just do the thing. So this video was just a short and sweet representation of what you're in store here for. If you liked what you see and you feel like sticking around, please press the subscribe button, leave a like and a comment. It really helps these videos out. It helps me boost and build a bigger audience. I'll be posting every other Friday and hopefully you'll be tagging along with me as I'm still figuring out this YouTube thing, so be prepared for that. There'll be a lot of fumbles along the way, but it's all part of the journey. There's going to be a lot bigger projects coming up, so that'll be fun for me. Hopefully it'll be fun for you to watch me stumble and pretend like it was meant to happen. My name has been LA Matisse. It's nice to have met you, and until next time, keep warm and kind.